Hey, welcome to Leaving Crazy Town with Finn and Sarah. What are we going to talk about today, Sarah?
Hi, everybody. Well, we've been brainstorming about what we're going to discuss today. And since I've been crying for 2 hours,
That's an exaggeration.
It is an exaggeration.
Every minute is like an hour.
It felt like 2 hours. I had to do my makeup again. And so we're going to talk about feelings
And that
and
took
thoughts.
2 hours.
And that...
No, not really. Sorry.
All right, so we're going to talk about how to deal with negative thoughts and just having feelings. And it might be, we might be a little all over the place today.
Feelings.
But
Whoa, feelings.
All right, so this is where we're going to begin. Thoughts are just thoughts. And the trouble with that is, and I heard this the other day, that our most negative thoughts often happen first time in the morning or right before we go to bed. So that's a tough time. So I was discussing with Finn this morning how I believe sometimes the obsessive thinking, and we're going to maybe have a discussion about this, when your thoughts get going and you're trying to find solutions to things, sometimes it's about, I just need to feel my feelings. And what I've noticed about myself in the last few months, 6 months, and another episode is going to be transitions. That's another one. Okay. Is that me trying to figure out, the doctor here, Freud,
I need my pipe.
me trying to figure out solutions or go down these rabbit holes. And I know you guys can relate to this because I hear it on meetings all the time. We think we're brilliant at figuring stuff out, when oftentimes the answer is really just acknowledging what you're feeling, and then the thinking reduces. So what I noticed today with Finn is I was having a lot of feelings that I wasn't aware of. And what was going on is a lot of strategies, a lot of figuring it out, a lot of, I think I should do this, I think I should do that. What's going on here? When really it was just
management mode?
It was management mode.
Sarah's going to fix how she feels. Don't worry.
And I am telling you, co-crazy behavior, a nickname for codependent people is managers, okay? Yeah, we like to manage everything.
Just call me boss man.
We don't only, but well, really, it's interesting because we try to manage our own feelings by managing everyone else, is really what codependency is I'm not going to feel what's happening for me, I'm going to focus on everybody else. So,
but we're talking today about our own experience. So not so much managing other people, but how we avoid our feelings by managing ourselves and the things that we tell ourselves.
Yes.
And some of it is what Sarah's saying about having a feeling and then thinking like how you're going to get out of it and managing that. When I was thinking in terms of feelings and thoughts, what I was thinking about was coming up with thoughts around my feelings. So this Christmas, this is my third Christmas without Margaret, and I'm having a lot of feelings. And, right away I go to, what am I doing wrong? Why didn't I have feelings last year? Why was it easier the last 2 years? Why is this one hard? All right. So now I'm questioning how I feel to get out, so I can fix it.
Yes.
But the other thing is, I make conclusory statements around the feelings. So I'm feeling sad. I wake up, I'm looking at the tree. I have some sadness. I hate Christmas.
Right.
Okay. 1. 2, Christmas is going to suck because Margaret's not here. Well, how do I know what's going to happen? Right.
Yes.
So I just stop myself, or I'll never enjoy Christmas again. People have passed Christmas as a child that were wrought with insanity and pain. Mine were. And I used to say, I hate the holidays. So every year before the holidays came, I already hated the holidays. Right. Of course, the holidays are going to suck if you go into them thinking you hate them.
Right.
years back, I had decided I'm going to rewrite my holidays. I'm going to change them. I'm going to make them enjoyable. And then, of course, now my wife's gone, so all holidays again, they're terrible.
Right.
And all these thoughts come from waking up or all of a sudden something reminding me of her and missing her. No, the only thing that's actually happening in that experience is I'm missing her.
Yes.
There's no story to be told about it. I don't need to say that Christmas is going to be awful. I hate Christmas. Christmas will never be the same without her. I'll never fall in love again. And there's so many things I can tell myself.
Right.
And it's not true. Like,
all right, let me stop you for 1 second because I just want to clarify for our followers, the Leaving Crazy Town community, that you've just been pointing out some brilliant things, which are the same thing I was talking about, all right? Which is...
what kind of things?
I'm having feelings.
Brilliant things.
I'm having feelings. And what do our minds do? Our minds don't like the feelings or start making up interpretations or, like Finn said, deep conclusions. Like, this is the way it's going to be. So what we're suggesting today is when you're having some thoughts, whether about the holidays or something negative, just notice your mind. Notice where you go to, which is like some type of negative conclusion. Because the reason we do that is to push the feelings down. When really, what do we just have to do, Finn?
Feel the feelings.
Have a few feelings. Let the feelings come up. And then really the energy is released and our thinking shifts. Our thinking gets much clearer. I'm sorry.
And everything is really okay right now, regardless. And, you know, Sarah and I were talking about life is brutal. It's very painful if you're living through your heart. It hurts, but it's also wonderful at the same time.
Yes.
And it only really becomes suffering, if you ask me, if you start to tell yourself stuff, you allow yourself to make those conclusions, you allow yourself to decide that Christmas is going to be awful forever, or, you know, you've got no, like, purpose in life because you're retired or, you know, whatever it is. If you tell yourself a story because you're currently having a feeling, you will create your own suffering. And I know people don't like to hear that we create our own suffering, but you can stop your thoughts and be like, no, I'm just having some feelings right now. That's it.
So what are some tools? So some tools that we're going to give today going into the holidays. We're going to do another holiday episode, but just noticing your thoughts.
There she goes,
I know,
talking
here
about future episodes again.
I do it every time. All right. So when we're having negative feelings, just notice them.
Feel them.
Feel them. Don't make up huge stories. I know you guys believe some of the stuff your minds say, but trust me, a lot of it is just making up stories about what we're thinking or about what we're feeling, just like Finn was talking about with Christmas. Go ahead.
I like to take a breath.
Yes.
Just sort of let it sit there because my instinct is to get up and move, try to make it better, you know, all those things, or tell myself the stories like we were talking about. So just sitting with it, taking a breath in and out, like in really slowly and then just out and just sitting. And, you know, I may cry, I may not.
Noticing our feelings. The other thing is I did today is if you're having some preoccupational stuff, call someone, talk to someone. I talked to Finn about some stuff this morning and all the emotions came out, which was great. And I think sometimes, you know, I get in my head, oh, nobody wants to hear this. Oh, I've been talking about this forever. And really, it's in there. So reach out to someone, call a friend, share with someone what's happening for you. It always helps other people.
More than likely, if it feels like it's all you've been talking about, it's because it's probably all you've been thinking about. It's not that, like...
Brilliant.
Sarah and I have had snippets of talking about this, but never in the authentic, real way we talked about it this morning. You know, it's been like passing, and the solutions were already added. You know, you'd say stuff like, oh, this is what I'm going through, that's why I'm doing this, this, and this. Not like... you know, I'm spinning my wheels, what's going on, and we're sitting together talking about, you know, our own struggles. And to me, that is the greatest gift, is to have a friend share with me what's going on in their life. And I'll also be the first to say, I've heard enough of that story. Why don't you go do something about it? But that's very different, you know, than talking about how you feel.
And really what we were saying earlier, it's like the thing about life is this, right? It's brutal. It's joyous. It's challenging at times.
Blah at
times. It can be
times.
blah at times. It can be bliss at times. And so a lot of being a human being on the planet that we talk about all the time is just noticing what's happening now, experiencing what's happening now without judgment. Having compassion for ourselves when we're going through these difficult times. That's another thing I've really been working on. Just having compassion for myself, compassion for others, communicating, just noticing, being with what's happening.
Yeah, definitely. And you don't have to act on it.
Yes.
Like, you can have a feeling and it could just be a feeling.
Yes.
I also found that if I try to act on it, suppress it, remove it, whatever, it lasts.
Yes.
I know, so.
Yes. All right, we're leaving Crazy Town. Fasten your seatbelt. Love you.
We're out of here.